we're moving on to the subject of linguistic racism. There can be intentional and unintentional biases when it comes to the way languages are spoken, especially where accents are concerned. And this can often have demoralizing impacts on people especially if they're sidelined or excluded in their communities, whether that be socially or in the workplace. I'd now like to introduce a member of Bedford Borough Council in the UK, Cllr Abu Sultan, to speak on his personal commitment to fighting discrimination and promoting inclusivity. Welcome, Cllr Sultan, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Samina, and welcome virtually to Bedford. I mean, I wish you could have been in person. It's a great, beautiful town with many nationalities, and I'm sure Mahmoud will correct me, over 110 languages are spoken in our beautiful Bedford Borough. So once again, welcome virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to join you at the Linguistics Collective Conference and International Mother Language Day as a local councillor and a member of Bedford Borough Council. As we celebrate the richness of our diverse linguistic heritage, we must acknowledge the challenges we face in tackling racism, particularly when it is based on language and accent. Yes, of course, if we live in England, we must try to become competent in English, but language is an essential aspect of our cultural identity, and it should never be a barrier to equal opportunities or social inclusion. However, as the first councillor of Bangladesh heritage to be elected in Bedford Borough, I understand the importance of linguistic diversity and the role it plays in enriching our society. That is why I remain committed to fighting discrimination and promoting inclusivity in all aspects of our community. Let me take this opportunity to express my gratitude to our National Register of Public Service Interpreters for recognizing Cllr, my mother tongue, as an independent language in the list of languages. This recognition has enabled many people to speak in their mother tongue in our beloved National Health Service, saving lives. It has allowed people to understand crucial legal proceedings and secure the right to a fair trial and justice. It is time for others, particularly Bangladesh and India, to follow suit and allow local Cllr people to speak, learn, write, and use their mother tongue in official business more freely. UNESCO has been advocating for the mainstreaming of multilingual education based on mother tongue, and I urge all politicians around the world to support this campaign. Today, we also honor the diverse linguistic heritage of the world and pay tribute to the sacrifices made by those who fought to preserve their mother tongues. Language diversity is critical to the survival and flourishing of our communities, cultures, and civilizations. It is through language that we express our thoughts, feelings, and ideas, and it's through language that we connect with others and build relationships. However, language can also be a source of division and discrimination, particularly when it is used as a tool to demean, marginalize, or exclude individuals or groups based on their accent or language. This is unacceptable, and we must work to counteract the harmful effects of language-based racism. That is why I personally commit to fighting discrimination in all its forms and promoting inclusivity in all aspects of society. Whether in my personal or professional life, I will work to challenge prejudice and encourage understanding, respect, and equality for all people, regardless of their language or accent. Join me in condemning all those who discriminate against people based on their language, dialect, or accent. So on this International Mother's Language Day, let us celebrate the rich linguistic heritage of the world and remember the sacrifice made by those who fought to preserve their mother tongues. Let us also recommit to fighting discrimination and promoting inclusivity so that all people are able to express themselves freely and fully in their own languages. Small and medium-sized businesses are the backbone of our local economy, providing essential goods and services to our residents while creating employment opportunities. As the Vice Chair of the Planning Committee, I recognize the vital role that planning plays in supporting these enterprises, and I'm dedicated to promoting economic growth and prosperity for all residents. As a councillor, I am pleased to see businesses like the LinguistsCollective making Bedford their home and providing crucial services in the Bedford Borough area. We understand the importance of supporting local businesses, particularly as we recover from the economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. We must continue to work together to build a more sustainable and prosperous future for our community. If re-elected, I would further commit to supporting our local businesses regardless of their size. I will personally work with businesses to entrepreneurs to ensure full local support for business incubation and the use of their products and services locally to support them. As a host town speaker, I thank you all for joining us today and supporting our local business. It is heartening to see so many passionate individuals and organizations come together to celebrate our diverse linguistic heritage and discuss ways to promote inclusivity. As we gather here today, we cannot ignore the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on our communities. Small and medium-sized businesses have been particularly hard hit, and it is more important than ever to support them in their recovery efforts. I applaud the LinguistsCollective for their resilience, remaining open and innovation in providing essential language services. As a local council, I am committed to working with all of you to promote economic growth and prosperity for our community. We must continue to prioritize local support for small and medium-sized businesses, and I'll continue to do my part to ensure that our entrepreneurs have the resources and assistance they need to succeed. Today, let's also remember the sacrifice made by those who fought to preserve their mother tongues and linguistic heritage. Their efforts have enriched our society and contribute to the flourishing of our diverse cultures and civilizations. We must continue to honor and celebrate their diversity, while also recognizing the challenges we face tackling language-based discrimination and promoting inclusivity. In closing, I want to express my gratitude to the LinguistsCollective for organizing this event and for the dedication to promoting language diversity and inclusivity, and most importantly, their dedication for making language service available to us. I also want to thank you all for joining us today and for your commitment to supporting our local business community. Let us continue to work together towards a more prosperous and inclusive future for all. Thank you.
Cllr Abu Sultan, thank you so much for your presentation and highlighting your commitment to dealing with these very important issues, especially around diversity, inclusion of all languages and cultures, and your contribution to the importance, your contribution to small and medium-sized businesses, which form the backbone of any community. So thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.